A UK company has decided to create a period policy that would allow women to take time off during their periods. Now, this is a controversial issue because a lot of people are uncomfortable even discussing it, but the head of Coexist, which is a company in the UK, realized that she had a number of female employees that sometimes go through tremendous pain when they experience their periods. Here's what Baxter had to say about this. She says, I have managed many female members of staff over the years, and I have seen women at work who are bent over double because of the pain caused by their periods. She says, I'd collapse or I'd be laid down in a room in agony. So one thing that maybe some people don't know, men in particular, is for a lot of women, it varies, right? Some women have easy periods, like they don't really experience too much discomfort. But for other women, it could be debilitating. Back pain, cramps, you feel nauseous, it's terrible, right? And so this person is trying to take that into account and ensure that these women can take the time off that they need without being, penalized for it, as a lot of employers do. If you take too much time off, you get in trouble.
Damn right you do. Okay, so let's talk this through because I am a little ignorant on this. So how is an employer supposed to know if the woman is having debilitating cramps or normal cramps, whether she should get the day off or not get the day off, or have all the days off during her period or not have them off? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I literally don't know the answer to that question.
Well, I mean, I know that this is a crazy idea, but you can just trust your employee to not lie to you, right?
Okay, so is that what they're doing here,
Yes.
or are they giving them all of their period days off?
No. I don't think that they're like, okay, we are estimating that you are going to be on the rag for 7 days, so you can take 7 days off. I think that it's just allowing that employee to be honest, and for the days that she's in severe pain, she'll take the time off. And by the way, usually it's not like a full week of severe pain. Usually it's toward the beginning, you have a lot of discomfort, and it's hard to concentrate on your job, to be honest, or concentrate on anything other than how painful it is.
So if somebody's in pain for whatever reason, yeah, take the day off. Of course. On the other hand, I don't think this is an easy issue, okay? What if women say, okay, well, I'm going to take, an extra day or two every month because I am. They're not lying, and maybe some of them are, but mostly they're not lying. They're saying, I am in actual pain. Now I want you to pay me the same amount as the guy who's not taking 1 or 2 days off, or the other women who are not as much pain and are also not taking the 1 or 2 days off.
Right.
So how do you deal with that?
Well, the question is, I think the question should be framed as there are certain things that are out of our control, right? Whether it's our skin color, our gender, the pain that we feel during our periods. And so do you get punished for things that are literally out of your control?
But aren't the people who are working the extra 2 days punished for things that are out of their control? Well, why don't I get the 2 days off?
Yeah.
So here, I'll give you another analogy, like the smokers. And we got a bunch of them here. You know who you are, right? Now, kidding aside, we don't care about the breaks. You take whatever break you want as long as you do your job. No one cares here, right? But there are companies who are mental about the breaks, right? But if they're smokers, they get 15-minute breaks all the time, right? So the non-smokers are like, wait a minute, why can't I just go outside and lollygag for 15 minutes if the smokers get to do the same thing 2, 3, 4 times during the day? Kind of a fair point.
Yeah, look, I get it. Look, I don't have painful periods, right? So I have no dog in this fight. It doesn't impact me in any way, right? With that said, the one thing I can't stand about people in the workplace is this constant like, oh my God, that's not fair. How many hours is this person working? And is this person working as hard as me? Just get off my dick, right? Like,
No
honestly,
wonder you don't have problems with periods.
I hate like the inventory of hours. Like, oh, is this person working hard enough? I'm gonna go complain about this person not working as hard as me. Fuck off. Right?
Just do your job.
Just do your job. Worry about your job. And look, I think more importantly, instead of having period leave, I think every company should be forced to have an allotted number of days each year for sick leave, right? So you don't get into the personal business of people's lives, and you don't have to ask them like, are you on your period? Is it really painful, or are you lying about it, right? Everyone gets sick. It's part of life. And so we should have sick leave, and it should be mandatory.
Agree to disagree. Back to the mines. Okay, no. Of course, the answer to this is relatively easy. Okay, yes, you have a certain amount of days that are allotted, and sometimes people go over those days because we're human, right?
Yeah.
But generally, people will stick to those days and don't ask uncomfortable questions about what they're doing when they're sick.
Yeah.
You know, just calm down, be a normal, sentient human being, and if they're doing a great job, then you're not worried about that day or two that she took off, right?
Yeah.
And if they're doing a crappy job, them being in for an extra couple of days wouldn't have mattered much. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
And as Dave Cole, one of the co-founders of this company, once wisely said, you play your game, I'll play my game.